So today, my broskis, we are talking about Blood Vial, which is a retro-inspired micro first-person shooter with a leaking health bar. And essentially, this is your post-Void-like, Mullet Magic-like, or Cruel-like kind of a game. You know what I mean when I say that, right? Now, personally, I would say that this feels the closest to Cruel, but instead of having flames chasing you from behind, you have a vial in your left hand filled with blood. And that blood is constantly draining, because the vial, it is leaking. And that sounds really freaking stressful, right? But honestly, it really isn't, because Blood Vial has such an insane flow to it, and it is so ridiculously easy to get into that I ended up enjoying the absolute living crap out of this game. So yeah, second time in a row that we are doing a mini review on a mini game. But oh, such a fun one. Now, I don't actually know what this game is going to cost yet, but it is set to release on May 5th for PC, which has already passed, I just realized, so let me double check what it actually costs. And it will set you back a whooping 5 buckaroonies. And basically what you do in Blood Vial is fight your way through 3 different acts. You're trying to survive, keep your blood from running out, and in the end, put out a blue flame with your leaking vial of blood. That's the goal, that's it. That's a wrap, folks. No, I'm kidding, it's not. Now, the game also has 3 different weapons that you can unlock as you go. You start with the pistol, then if you make it to Act 2, you unlock the SMG, and if you make it to Act 3, you unlock the shotgun. And let me just say this right away, the shotgun is completely OP. Once you get that thing, you're basically the CEO of blood violence. Now, my first run into this game, I used the pistol, of course, and almost made it to Act 3. My second run, I used the SMG and finished the entire game. So yeah, this is a very quick game. It literally took me around 25 minutes to beat the whole thing, and that was on my second try. So first and second try combined was 25 minutes. And once you do actually finish it, there isn't really anything more to unlock, but you do have a leaderboard though, so you can always fight for a better score. Now, last time I checked, I was around 13th place, so go ahead, broskis, try and beat that. But going into this, I wasn't expecting some massive game with endless content. I was expecting tight, fast, satisfying gameplay, and that is exactly what Blood Vial delivers. So if this ends up costing less than 5 buckaroonies, yeah, I wrote this before the price was actually available. Well, if it costs less than 5 buckaroonies, consider it a recommend from me, and it is actually on sale right now, so it is 4 buckaroonies, but regular price is 5 buckaroonies. So I would actually still recommend it, but if it for some freaking reason gets more expensive than 5 buckaroonies, nah, it's not worth it. There's simply too little content in this game, even despite it being tight as freaking hell. But keep in mind, before you complain that it's so short and everything, yeah, it is a micro FPS, and it costs you just $5, so it really isn't trying to be anything else. It does fit right alongside games like Killbug or Cruel, and those other tiny little shooters that just gives you pure chaos, speed and violence without wasting any of your precious time. But what is it that actually makes Blood Vial unique then? Well, you run through levels as fast as possible, killing enemies, landing headshots and trying to keep your blood from draining out. But the fun part is how you actually refill that blood in the vial. When you kill enemies, their blood splatters all over the floor, and you can literally dive into that blood by pressing shift. You slide through it, suck it back into the vial and refill your health. And once you do that slide in the blood, it feels so goddamn good. You can't get hit while you're inside the blood, and when you pop back out, you get this little boost of momentum that can send you flying into the air. So you can dive into a puddle of blood, shoot out of it like a disgusting little blood dolphin, and start blasting headshots mid-air. That is extremely satisfying, trust me. And honestly, I could easily finish the game another 3 times just because the movement feels that tight and the weapons feel that good. But this is also where I wish that the game had a little bit more to it, because the core mechanic is genuinely cool. Diving through blood, launching yourself into the air, refilling your vial, keeping the momentum going, that stuff is awesome. But I wish there was more reason to replay it. Maybe secrets, maybe shortcuts, maybe a secret level, maybe bonus points for killing enemies while flying out of the blood, maybe extra points for shooting off limbs or killing enemies in the more creative ways than just headshots and multi-kills. Because right now, once I got a pretty good run and landed fairly high on the leaderboard, I didn't feel that huge need to jump back in immediately. And that is a shame, because the gameplay itself is absolutely strong enough to support more replayability. Now, I can't forget there are also some small roguelite elements to it. After each level, you get to pick a new upgrade. Some of them are fun, like headshots ricocheting into nearby enemies or bullets bouncing off walls, but they don't really change the way that you play all that much at all. To be honest, I feel like I could finish the game without a single upgrade, so that is another area where I think Vial could have pushed things just a little bit further. And the same goes for the 3 different acts. You start down in the catacombs and basically work your way upwards toward the church. And while the level design does change, it never changes drastically enough to make each act feel completely different. It still feels a bit too familiar even when you're deeper into the game. But even with those complaints, I still had a damn good time with Vial, and the blood diving mechanic is so freaking sick. The movement is tight, the weapons are satisfying, the blood splatter is everywhere, and when the game clicks, it really freaking clicks and you're having a blast with it. It could have been way worse, let me put it like that. But it also could have been more unique, more replayable, and more fleshed out. So in the end, Vial is a fast, bloody, tiny little FPS with one very cool mechanic and some seriously fun gameplay. So just as with the game prior to this one, don't go into it expecting a massive game, because this is a quick hit of retro FPS chaos. And for the right price, I definitely recommend it.